And don't worry about clicking it on or off. The zoom button is right there.
Alrighty, where did?
You can just kind of get all this stuff going. So you over cabin, are you? Or you just are you all done cabin?
Actually, we reduced. Well, Daryl sold all his cows, and that left me with mine. And that announcement came sort of in the fall, and so I suddenly had to make alternate arrangements for my cows. So I just let them go. I've only got 11 right now, and I got tangled up with a bull that wasn't doing it, so I've left calves at various times. So I just simplified my life. I was really.
Every day somebody's passing away, and too many organs are going to waste. These organs should be used to save lives, and we really need to punctuate that, and we really need people to understand that because it's a simple message, and if we get this message out effectively to every Canadian right across Canada, we can change this. Nobody needs to die on that waiting list. And we thought, what better way of changing this than to have students become the ambassadors and the messengers for this very important issue. So as you can see here in Red Deer today, we have 3 beautiful students from Huntington Hills High School, and they're going to be carrying the torch today through the heart of Red Deer. We're going to hopefully have everybody in Red Deer see what's going on here today and encourage everybody in Red Deer to become an organ and digital nation. If we can do that today here in Red Deer and communities right across the country, we can solve this problem. Nobody needs to die on that waiting list.
And so where do you go from here after Red Deer? Where's the next stop?
We're going south, so we'll be heading towards Calgary, Lethbridge, Banff, and then we're going west towards Victoria. Once we reach Victoria, we're climbing up north to Whitehorse, and then we're moving east to Yellowknife and finishing in Iqaluit, Nunavut on June 13th. We want to make sure we cover all 13 Canadian provinces here. As a result of what we've done this year, we've covered we would have covered over 100 communities at that point, and involving thousands of students and schools. And we are hopefully going to be looking at that. We've planted the seeds, especially for this generation of kids, and we want to turn this around. We don't want Canada to be the lowest mortality rate in the world. We want Canada to be the highest where it deserves to be.
Is Canada the lowest right now in the world?
Yes, it is. It's
Of any country?
of every country. It's been like that for years now. We've been baffled by this. I'm going as far as saying that organ and tissue donation is our AIDS crisis. Because people are dying every day and they shouldn't be. We have the cure right here. We don't have to go to medical laboratories or to look for a cure. We have the cure. You know, how do we get that message out to Canadians? Because one person can save up to 8 people's lives. You know, so let's think about that. You know, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of organs going to waste every year.
So you're encouraging people just to sign their donor cards and...
Well, that's one way of looking at it. What I would do personally, and this is my opinion, is if we really want to solve this, if we really are intent on solving this, we can look at what the European countries are doing. They developed an opt-out system where everybody's already registered unless you opted out. The problem here in Canada is even when we're talking to people about becoming organ donors, they want to become organ donors, they don't have the time. They're busy in their lives, so they don't get around to signing that card, they don't talk to their family about it, and then, God forbid, something happens, the family doesn't know anything about it, and they're gonna say no when they're approached. So, I mean, if we really want to solve this, we can, you know, and Spain, who leads the world in organ donation, had a 96% success rate, you know.
What do we have here?
It's like 23, 24. You know, we got a long way to go. And they're shooting for 100. And in every country that developed that same system, it's called really the Spanish model. 23 countries that have used that system all shared the same dramatic positive effects in their respective countries. So is Canada ready for that? You know, Canadians got to make that call. You know, and then if Canadians are ready for it, then the government better start acting and create that, because we don't want nobody to die on that waiting list.
When did the torch start and where?
It started St. John's October the 1st, and since that day, students have passionately carried this torch and represented their communities throughout the Maritimes, Quebec, Ontario, Manitoba, Saskatchewan. You know, now we're here in Alberta. I'm telling you, these kids are the heart and soul of this campaign, and the kids are the ones that are going to make the difference. They're the ones that are going to say, you know, look, we got something that we can solve here. We're going to solve it. You know, Canadians, all high school kids. Yeah, yeah. Canada shouldn't be at the bottom of anything. Canada should be at the top of everything. So that's what we're shooting for.
Can I get your name and spelling in the
Yeah, it's George Marcello, George, and Marcello, Marcello. Perfect.
Which way are they leaving through here?
Well,
That way or go-
they're picking up, Corporal Detail's picking them up on the other side.
I took the one.
So they're gonna go that way.
I see here.
So it looks like we're going to probably get there, even if we get there a little bit ahead of time. It's like here you got a cheering squad. We're coordinated so that you get there right at 10:30.
No, 10 o'clock. They'll be there.
Okay.
They may be before, but I'm going to get Corporal here to give me a call, and
Okay.
so we'll just have the cheer team come out and meet them when they're close.
Okay. You gotta get a few shots and then everybody's jump into your get a couple more.
They wanted us to start slow too.
Yeah, that's it. That's the idea. Okay, so I think we're ready to begin here. If we want to get all in a nice tight circle here and get our spots, what I want to do first is acknowledge some of the people that have been helping us. I'm traveling on a dismal budget. I'm traveling on no budget, and I'm greyhounding it town to town. That's much I believe in this project, and that we can definitely help save those 4,000 people that are waiting on the waiting list. So people that have been helping me out in Red Deer are Boston Pizza. They're feeding me. And Travel Lodge, and we have Mr. Lewis here, Barry Lewis, who's helping me with accommodations. I really need to point that out, because when I arrive in these communities, I basically don't have a place to sleep. Unless there's a hotel willing to take me in, I'm not sleeping anywhere. So I need to acknowledge them and the people that are feeding me as well. And I also want to thank the city of Red Deer for doing a terrific job in setting everything up here today. Mary, your assistant, she put everything together. And I also want to thank the mayor for being here today. And I'm just going to give you a little brief history of the torch, and then I'll turn it over to you. This Torch of Life was blessed by Pope John Paul II on September the 5th, 2001 at Vatican City, while I was carrying it across the country. And when he blessed it, there was like a world audience there. Every media from almost every country was there. And what he did at that moment was he made a proclamation on behalf of Vatican City. He proclaimed that organ and tissue donation was a genuine act of love, and he encouraged the entire world to become organ donors, and that sparked a positive conversation with all the religious leaders of the world, because he had that kind of thing with all the other religions. And so he said, when you bring it back to Canada, a country which he loved, by the way, loved coming to Canada, he said, make sure that the youth carry the torch. And after going through 500 beautiful communities in our beautiful country of Canada, this has gone through 500 communities, that's what we did. We constructed the SOS 4000 campaign, and there's youth from St. John's right across